You are live, is what it says. Right, hello everybody. Good evening. I'm a tiny bit late getting here this evening. I was just doing a last minute bit of posting on Twitter and Facebook because I haven't really posted all day about the quiz because I've been busy getting stuff sorted out, plus the kids off. So it's like, that's no free time now between now and, I don't know, when did they go back to school again? Is it March? God. Right. Hello, Heats and Mints. I just made my stuffing balls to put in the freezer for Christmas Day. I got your message, Big, about Broughton. I have asked them twice. I'll ask them again. I didn't get anything back when I asked them before, but I have been in touch with them because they've agreed to give us some booze for Christmas Day quiz. So I'll need to get back in touch and ask about your thing. Oh, no sound. Ah, perfect sound. Right, okay. Can everybody hear me okay? Just make sure there's no problem there. You had it muted. All right, okay, no problem. Good stuff. Well, hello, everybody. Hello, Phil. Hello, Noodle Doodles. Hello, the Spedge himself. Hello, Mr. Scott. Grockle Style. Hello, Louisa. Who else has said hello? Marian's here. Hello. 10 past 7 tonight. No. That's just, ignore that. It's a boring administrative thing. I had to change it to 10 past 7 instead of 7 for boring administrative reasons. Notice that I'm a bit bright. If I do that, it's a little bit more humane. Yeah, that's okay. Hello, Golden Girls. Yeah. Kirsten's here leading the Golden Girls in the charge. Right, okay, it's Monday night quiz. I'm Dr. Paul. I'm your quizmaster. And I've got another great quiz for you tonight, I think. I think it's pretty good. Don't worry, it's not too Christmassy. I know it's Christmas week, but it's there's a couple of Christmas questions here and there, but nothing heavy. You know what I mean? I think it's a mistake that quizzes sometimes make when it's a Christmas quiz, that it's got to be about Christmas. It's like, yeah. A couple of Christmas questions here and there, but a pretty straightforward quiz. Hello, Raymond. Hello, Anne. Hello, Pajero are back. All right. Good stuff. Sharing is caring. You know what that means, don't you? Hit the share button. Tell your friends and family and people you hate as well. Tell everybody about the quiz. Tell them about how you're about to do the quiz, and you bet that you're going to get a better score than them. Challenge them. Hello, Karen. It's Monday. It's 4 minutes past 7 already. Right, come on, Paul. Get with it. Get moving. Right, how to play. You all know how to play. All the people here know how to play this already. You answer the questions that are coming up very soon. You mark yourself after each round. If you need anything clarified, just ask me in the chat. And don't shout out answers in the chat, because everyone's just trying to answer themselves. You know what I mean? Last time we played was Friday. Here are the scores. Scumbag, College and I Am Smartcus right up there. An unprecedented 80 points. One of the rounds had a few more points. So the usual maximum is 76, but 80 points the other night. No questions wrong. Fantastic. Hardcore. That's classified by cinema snacks. Popcorn's obviously number one. Nachos teams in the middles. Mints. They want mints in the cinema. No mints. I'd rather have mints than mints. If you know what I mean. The quiz is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 7 o'clock. That has not changed, although it is different this week. It's actually not different. No, it is different, because Christmas. Monday, Wednesday, 7 o'clock this week. Christmas Day, which is Friday, is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't forget that. You can still hire me to do a Zoom quiz. I got a couple this week. I did quite a few of them last week, but I've still got slots this week if your work needs a wee quiz treat. You know what I mean? Deadpool, I'll give you the link for that later. Tonight's sponsors is Cross Borders, our most beautiful beer sponsor. They've been keeping us going since the start of lockdown, way back in 1994, whenever it was lockdown started, and they'll send you some beer if you win tonight. And I've got to remember to send the winner off straight to them tonight because they're going to send it first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, we're at the start of the quiz. It's 6 minutes past 7. It's time to start. You don't shout answers in the chat. There's no apps. You just write it down on a bit of paper, and it'll give you the answers after each round. Okay, ready? Here we go. Oh yeah, I should explain. Same letter round. You all know this. Most of you know this, but if you're just here for the first time, all 5 answers in the first round begin with the same letter of the alphabet. So it's nice and easy once you get the letter. You know what I mean? Here we go. Number 1, banger. Which volcano caused the destruction of Pompeii? This is ancient Rome, ancient Roman society. All the people in Pompeii got toasted, baked. But what was the name of the volcano that killed them all? That's question number 1. AD 79, is that when it was? Roughly, roundabout. And number 2, in which famous French palace can you find the Hall of Mirrors? It's just outside Paris. Within Paris, really. 12 miles. I mean, that's suburbs of Paris, southwest Paris. And you got the famous Hall of Mirrors. That is part of which French palace? Evening, Bill. Number 3 is an easy one. This should give you the letter if you don't have it already. Which British Queen's name is also a London station? That's a railway station. And also a type of sponge cake. So that should be easy. Yeah. Type of sponge cake, a London railway station, and a famous British Queen. They've all got the same name. Number 4. Which British TV comedian has the real name Jim Moyer and has been part of a successful double act since 1990? I think the double act is older than that, but that's when they were on television from. So Jim Moyer and partner have been a successful double act, but what's his stage name? Jim Moyer's his real name. What's the stage name of this British TV comedian? And number 5, the last one in the first round, a little bit more tricky. Which American state is the setting for most of the film White Christmas that came out in 1954? As I'm dreaming of a White Christmas. Bing Crosby is in the film. It's not the original film that had that song. That's from the 40s, but this film was made later on the back of the popularity of the song White Christmas. And but your question is, what state is it mainly set in? Right, okay, the thing to do is to tell me if you are ready. That's when I know how to move. That's how I know when to move on. So you put in the chat that you're ready. For anyone who missed anything, I'm going to quickly go over these 5 questions one more time. And remember, all of the answers in the first round begin with the same letter of the alphabet. So it's designed to be a relatively easy first round. I think the last one's a bit tricky. So what's the volcano that killed Pompeii and everybody in it? What's the palace just outside Paris with the Hall of Mirrors, a famous palace? You can go there as a tourist. Well, normally you can. The British Queen, London railway station, sponge cake, all got the same name. One word answer. Thanks for telling me you're ready, folks. Number 4. Jim Moyer is the real name. What's the stage name of that famous TV comedian? And the last one. What state is the state for White Christmas, the 1954 film version? See what I mean? Just the occasional Christmas question, like a wee dusting of snow. Not like shovels and shovels and shovels of fake snow. Is there still 1 extra point for a birthday, as it's Claire's birthday today? Yes. Yeah. I'll get to that in a second, but yeah, but it's plus 1 point if it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Claire. Right. Good stuff. A wee winter solstice birthday. Okay, same letter answers. Are you ready for this? I think you all are. Loads of you said you were ready, so I'm just going to hit you with the answers. And you've got to mark yourself. You know how this goes. It's 2 points for a correct answer. Yeah, so that's how it goes. Here we go. Here come the answers. Did you get the letter? Of course you did. Letter V. Very good. They love a Christmas question. Well, there's a few of them. There's a few of them dotted about. You know, it's not completely humbug round here. It's, you know, a smattering of festive joy. But that's all. That's it. Just a smattering. Right, banger. Here we go. Right, 2 points for each right answer. Which volcano destroyed Pompeii? It was Vesuvius. Vesuvius is the correct answer. 2 points for Vesuvius. Number 2, French palace is Palace of Versailles. Versailles. There is the Hall of Mirrors. It looks a bit like the Cafe Royal. Sponge cake. Station. Queen. It's got to be Victoria. Come on. Victoria. Number 4, Jim Moyer is much better known as Vic Reeves. All right, Vic Reeves is correct answer for that question. There he is. Well, it's a portrait, a self-portrait of Jim Moyer by Jim Moyer, because he's Jim when he's not being Vic Reeves. Vic Reeves is essentially a character. I didn't realise that for years. I was a fan of his for years. Didn't realise that he had a real name. You know what I mean? And the American state, which is the setting for most of the film, White Christmas, 1954. They try and go there because there's snow usually, but there's no snow. That's the plot of the film. There's no tourists, so they have to put a show on. It's Vermont. There they are. Ends up snowing. It's a happy ending. You know what I mean? But Vermont, northeast. The tourists go up there for the snow. Right, okay. Subscriber. If you're a subscriber, you get 2 points. If someone on your team has done a share tonight, if you've shared the quiz, there's a share button down there somewhere on your screen. You hit that share button, you get a point. It's that simple. Add a point. Boom. Share it with your enemies as well as your friends. And you add one if it's your birthday, which it is for Claire. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Claire. Congratulations, Claire from the Grockles. And they've got 14 points. See if you win the quiz because of a birthday point. It's the best feeling. But it's my birthday. We won, and it was because of me. Happens in the pub sometime. You know, I give points in the pub if it's people's birthday. That's where that comes from. I've never seen it. Natters and Beak are going to watch White Christmas. I wonder if it's any good. I was kind of reading about it today, and contemporary reviews were mixed. It was a technological breakthrough. It was a new type of colour, so the colour looked really good for the time, for 1954. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, well, it's the old kazoo action, isn't it? Me, myself, and iPhone. That's Phil is back with us. Been on and off. 13 points. Good start. UK Alliance got 13. Janice just on the 12. 14 for the Grockles, of course. Some birthday points. Golden Girls got 13. Quite a few 13s. Nice score. Good work if you picked up Vermont. That was just slightly more tricky one. I wonder if anyone put Virginia. Super cheesy, but I love Danny Kaye. Oh man, that was going to be my bonus question to get on the wheel. Was who's the other guy that's not Bing Crosby? Let's ask a different question. Background music is a bit. All right, okay, hang on. I'm not listening to it. Oh, they've got it on repeat. That's why. I'm on completely the wrong folder of music. There we go. I'll put this other stuff on. Right. Oh, yeah, completely different question. Which city of 3 million people sits in the shadow of Mount Vesuvius and may be destroyed with everybody in it at any minute? No, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Big. It's not your lookout to defend against my question. It's up to me to have spare questions. Don't know how to share on YouTube. I don't either because I'm at this side of it, but I think there's a button somewhere saying share. Sometimes it's like that kind of shape with two knobbles on it. So first person to put the answer to that one in the chat will get on the wheel of names. All right, which city of 3 million? That's it. Yeah, you all know it. But who was first? It was Gary McInnes. Hey! Good stuff, Gary. Let's just over to the wheel and get you on it. Show everyone the wheel. Oh, that's what we had on Friday. That was the leftovers from Friday. Falkirk and Ljubljana. Don't ask. But what a 50-50 to be in. Anyway, let's get rid of those and just put Gary up there. Gary, is it it's a Mick or a Mac? I think it's a Mac, isn't it? McInnes. Yes. Oh, only one S. Okay, so, and then we look to see, and there you are. You got the wheel all to yourself. Look at that. Happy days. But there will be various chances to get your name on the wheel. That's how you win prizes, because we'll spin the wheel at the end for the different prizes. As well as the beer from Cross Borders that I was talking about. We also have tonight £100,000 scratch card and Popmaster score pads, I think. Did people guess the answer way before the question? No, they didn't. I didn't get any answers here until I'd asked. But sometimes people guess what I'm about to ask, which is completely valid. Craig. Didn't see Friday, but Ljubljana all the way. We were trying to get... See, every time you spin the wheel and it stops, the computer lady says the name. So Gary McInnes, it goes, Gary McInnes. And that usually does it pretty bad. So we were trying to see... Sometimes it does it okay, but we were trying to get it to say Ljubljana. What Dr. P should do... Here's someone tell me what I should do. This will be fun. What Dr. P should do is type a message starting now. If you're above the message, you're exempt. Nah, Craig, that's bullshit. Think about that for a minute. Otherwise, you could just spam the chat with anything related to the answers. Yeah, but, you know, I get where you're coming from, Craig, but it's complete nonsense because, for a start, there's 5 things there. I could ask a tangent off of any of those 5, or I could ask someone else completely. So, I know what you're saying. But it's also the first one I see, and I'm not necessarily looking at the chat until I ask the questions. You know what I mean? So, hey-ho. Everything's all right, Craig. We've been doing this for a little while, and we're... I mean, it's great. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm glad to get your feedback. But I think on this occasion, we'll just keep it how it is. Just adding too many rules and complications, you know what I mean? Right, let's get on with the round, because that's what people are mainly here for, is the quiz and the questions, rather than me arguing points of order with Mr. Element. Right, picture round. Here we go. Okay, right. Picture round. It's just 5 pictures and with questions. So here we go. Number 1 is a sport face question. Look, if I... it was like 4 of me and 3 others. But the question is, what Olympic sport are all these people doing? And it's very difficult to predict what I'm going to ask. Look, Hercules, and Margaret Ann had the right sort of question in mind, but Herculaneum ready to go instead of Naples or Napoli. Like you can tell all the Guardian readers put Napoli because they go to Italy on holiday and they know a little of the language. Anyway, what sport are all those people doing at the moment they were photographed? What sport makes your face go like that? That's the question. Number 2, name the band. They come from England, and they are described as an electronic band. There's no need for that to be in quotes. They're an electronic band. Big chart hits include People Are People, Enjoy the Silence, and Precious. So name the band. That's 3 of their hits. Loads and loads of hits. 80s, 90s. I think into the zeros as well. English band, electronic band. Who are they? There's 3 of them there. I think there's been 4 of them in the past. Name the film. Here's a little Christmas question for Beeg and everybody else who likes Christmas. What is the name of this 2006 romantic comedy? It's a Christmas film. There's 2 people quite literally sucking the face off each other, having a great time. But what's the name of the movie? It's like that's one of 2 couples. There's 2 couples in the movie. Number 4. What kind of flowers are these? The answer begins with the letter N for none of your business. Or nice. Nice. So, but what kind of flowers are they? You could chat. In fact, what I want you after, I want you to chat with all the answers. If it works, work. You'll be on the wheel. Price, specifically the price of pop in 1979. So, how much was it to go and see Talking Heads in 1979 at the Odeon? There's a ticket, and I've erased the number of pounds that it is. It's something pounds and no pence. But what's the pounds figure there? So there you go. Right, you tell me when you're ready, and I'll tell you the answers if you're all ready. So let's just have a little look. What Olympic sport are all these people doing? Name the band. Electronic band from England. Enjoy the Silence. People Are People. Precious are just 3 of their many, many hits. Loads of hits. Name the film. Centers on 2 different couples. That's one of the couples in the film. What kind of flowers are these? It begins with N for Napoli. And how much was it to go and see Talking Heads in 1979 at the Odeon? Tell me when you're ready. Okay, so John's ready. Beeg's ready. John's ready. Jonathan's ready. Karen's ready. Nick's ready. He's ready. Spedge is ready. Phil's ready. Huey Lewis and the Clues. Evening Dave are ready. Pajero is ready. Thank you for subscribing, Ashton. So you got 2 points for that. Marian's ready. Spedge is ready. See, now I'm really conscious of trying to think of a question that isn't totally obvious to get someone on the wheel. But let's get the answers out first. Okay, here we go. 2 points per right answer. Number 1, what Olympic sport are all these people doing? They are diving. Oh, yeah. Gravity makes your face go like that. I guess they're upside down. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're right way up. It's scary. 2 points for diving. Number 2, People Are People, Enjoy the Silence, etc. That is Depeche Mode. Or if you watch early appearances on Top of the Pops, Simon Bates calls them Depeche Mode. Number 3, the romantic comedy is The Holiday. The Holiday. That's all it's called. Doesn't sound like much, does it? I think it did quite well. I've never seen it. Number 4, flowers start with N, is Nasturtium. They are Nasturtiums. And the last one in the picture round is Talking Heads. Right, okay. I'll just show you the answer. It's £3. £3. I think for that one, if you're a pound out either way, you get the points. All right, so if you said £2, £3, or £4, you get the points for that. So there we go. Not bad. 1979, £3 to see Talking Heads. I was getting about 10p a week pocket money at that time. So I would have had to have saved up for most of the year to go and see Talking Heads. But I was probably too young to go anyway. Thought it was weightlifting. Yeah, it's reasonable. What's Marion saying? Based the last answer correctly on most of my 1981 concert tickets being £3. Nice one. Tell you what, I'll use the Talking Heads question to give me a question to get someone on the wheel quick. No one's spamming the chat with potential answers, I see. What was the name of the offshoot band that had a hit with Wordy Rapping Hood? Wordy Rapping Hood is the name of the song. What's the name? And it's a band that was kind of a spin-off from Talking Heads. What were they called? Putting that, it's unusual, so I'm just putting that in the chat. Wordy Rapping Hood. Yeah, Tom Club is correct. Yeah, I think Gary's first in there. Tom V Club. I know what you mean. You were the first in there, Gary. You're already on the wheel. I'm going to put you on the wheel again, but Derek was the first to get it absolutely perfect. So I'll put you both on the wheel. All right. So that's 2 Garys and 1 Derek so far on the wheel of names. Tina something was her name. Can't remember the rest of her name. Tina something. One of you will tell me. That's not a get on the wheel thing. Tom Blub. Aye. That's when the single never charted. Tom Blub. For some reason, we're about a minute behind you. It's because you're West Coast, Big. It's the Troon penalty. And I think you might be in a different lockdown tier as well. Tier of Weymouth. That's right, yeah. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's. It's time for a Where Am I? Which I do not have ready, but it will take a couple of seconds to get it ready. I'm going to show you a little bit of Google Street View, and you're going to tell me where I am. Okay? All I've got to do is find one. I've got a bunch of these. There we are. Sort of ready. There's a bit of tip for anyone who's behind time. Check the live button. Now, I don't know what that means, so you might need to explain that. I'm not sure. What are we going to do for Where Am I? Oh, here's a good Where Am I? Where Am I will get you on the wheel. All right, so it's taking a couple of seconds to set this up. Did that before time, but I was a wee bit rushed at the last minute tonight. Right, okay, let's turn the labels off so you can't see what it is. Stop that screen and then get this screen on and get the Chrome tab on and get this on. Right, what's the name of the town that we're in now? Let's go along the street here. So the first person who can successfully put the name of this town into the chat will what's that? Salt Rock. There's a bit of hills over there. Looks like quite a lot of places. Don't look particularly distinctive at this time. But there's some more information. Live should have a red dot, not white. This is some pretty detailed knowledge. What's that? Family, dog. Let's go along here a bit. Let's open things out a little bit. What we got? London, Lancaster, Manchester, Guildford, Tunbridge Wells, Shrewsbury, Blackburn, Solihull, Penzance. I think out of those, Penzance might be the closest so far. Brighton, Salisbury, Penrith, Salford, Southend, Aviemore, Hull, Bath. I think Bath is maybe a little closer. Here we are. Where are we? Are we out? Are we kind of, is that the sea over here? Surely it is. There's quite a distinctive bit of headland there. And we are by the sea. Jubilee Gardens, that says. Now, what's over the road here? One of my favourite things over the road here. It's a railway station, yeah. If we're lucky, then there are going to be some real nice engines that we can see. I don't know if you can see them. Yeah, look, there we are. Look at that. You go for a steam ride. No, not Poole. Not Bournemouth. I haven't got this yet. Bristol, no. Swansea. Weston-super-Mare is a bit closer, but not right. Exeter, Portishead, Torquay. Right, we're all in the right part of the world now, but not quite. St Ives, Bristol, York, Truro, Heeds of Mints, Falmouth. Loads of people have been here, by the way. Minehead, that's the right answer. Yes! Heather's got it. It is Minehead, home of the West Somerset Railway. Strictly no entrance for the public in there. And just down here around the corner, if we keep going around there, we would find Butlins, which is what the place is all about. That's why I know the place, because I went to Butlins in Minehead when I was a kid, right down Somerset. Really nice. Usually better weather than this, you know. Anyway, well done, Heather. You are on the wheel. Right, let's move on. I'm just typing your name on the wheel right now, and we'll get back to the main quiz. Good answer. Yeah, me too. It was the 80s when I went there. Still there. Right. That's where I'm at. I'm in Minehead, in Somerset. My happy place. Okay, sound, ladies and gentlemen. It's voices tonight. So I'm going to play you some voices, and you just got to name the people who they are. All the correct answers are on that list. So you consult the list, listen to the tunes, not tunes, listen to the voices, and decide who they are. So I'm just getting the sound sorted so that you're going to be able to hear it. Okay, there we go. Here is voice number 1.
Now, prisoners receive a wage for doing work in prison, and the Times featured the range of basic items they can purchase, such as 250 grams of Lynx shower gel.
Just what every prisoner needs, something to make himself absolutely irresistible.
Talking about getting Lynx in prison. All right. Number 2 is a character. Who is the television character here?
Oh, the magnificent parade! Oh, what have I done to deserve such an honour? Oh, imagine the magnificent parade, Secretary of the United Wizards and Witches Union, gracing the humble castle of such a poor, hard-working witch such as me.
Such as me. Okay, very good. Number 3 is quite a recent clip. It's somebody talking about the death of Diego Maradona. So who is this? I see, by the way, don't put answers in the chat. BK Chicago. Don't know if you're right or not, but don't put answers in the chat, okay? Thank you. Because I'm going to tell you the answers in a minute. All right?
Diego Maradona, arguably
3.
the greatest footballer of all time, has died. Why was he such a captivating figure? What is the nature of footballing genius? How do we collectively grieve and understand the death of a man who provoked so many opposing feelings?
There we go. That was number 3. Now, Number 4 is a person talking about how they used to work for the BBC, but they were tempted to go to Thames TV because of the money. Listen carefully to this one.
I said, there's no box big enough, Philip. Go away. Next week you ring again. Oh, I put 2 zeros on the end now. Please come to Thames. Now go away, Philip. But eventually my wife said, hey, we do need a new washing machine and various other things. And we are dying of starvation. So would you please do something? So next time he rang, he said 5 zeros. I said, done. Thank you.
Very good. And the last one is talking about Egypt and tanks. Who's this?
Egypt now has more planes and more tanks and more guns than it had before the War of 67. And does not have, Egypt does not have too much difficulty in getting more because Russia is prepared to send practically everything that Nasser asks for.
Okay, so I'm a real mixed bag tonight of different types of things. I'm going to play them through one more time again. Remember, no answers in the chat. Just write them down and you get the answers after each round. So here's number 1. Who is this from the list?
Now, prisoners receive a wage for doing work in prison, and the Times featured the range of basic items they can purchase, such as 250 grams of Lynx shower gel.
Just what every prisoner needs, something to make himself absolutely irresistible.
Nice. Right. Okay, number 2 is a telelector.
Oh, the magnificent parade! Oh, what have I done to deserve such an honor? Oh, imagine the magnificent parade, Secretary of the United Wizards and Witches Union, gracing the humble castle of such a poor, hard-working witch such as me.
There you go.
Okay, and the third one is someone talking about the recent death of Diego Maradona.
Diego Maradona, arguably the greatest footballer of all time, has died. Why was he such a captivating figure? What is the nature of footballing genius? How do we collectively grieve and understand the death of a man who provoked so many opposing feelings?
So many opposing feelings. Okay, number 4 is someone talking about how they switched from the BBC to ITV.
I said, there's no box big enough, Philip. Go away. Next week you ring again. Oh, I put 2 zeros on the end now. Please come to Thames. Now go away, Philip. But eventually my wife said, hey, we do need a new washing machine and various other things. And we are dying of starvation. So would you please do something? So next time he rang, he said 5 zeros. I said, done. Thank you. Thank you, Philip. I'll be round tomorrow morning.
Keep cutting off the end of that one. Right, and number 5 is somebody talking about the availability of tanks and military aircraft for Egypt.
Egypt now has more planes and more tanks and more guns than it had before the War of 67. And does not have, Egypt does not have too much difficulty in getting more because Russia is prepared to send practically everything that Nasser asks for.
Egypt. Right, that is that they are. That is. This is. They was. They is. They are. The mystery voices. Right. Lots of people telling me already, so I will tell you the answers. Here we go. So the first one was talking about a news story where prisoners could get Lynx shower gel in prison to make themselves smell attractive and nice. That was, of course, Brian Bled. Here's the bonus question, actually, to get yourself on the wheel. What television program was he on that I got that clip from? Name the TV program that he was guest presenting that created that clip. First person to put that in the chat will get on the wheel of names, along with Gary, Derek, and Heather, who are already there. So what is the name of the television program? No, not Rebel Mill, not Parkinson. He was, yeah, that's it. Have I got news for you? That's right. He was a guest presenter on that. So he was doing scripted gags about news stories. So Spedge, first one there. And he got in there ahead of people who are typing Higniffy. So nice, fastest fingers first from the spedge there. Right, okay. Back to the voice round. The second voice was talking about, what was it talking about? Oh, it was the Magnificent Fried. She was Grotbags. Yeah. Played by Carol somebody, I can't remember her name. Carol Ann. It's not Carol Ann Duffy, is it? Is that someone else? Can't remember. Anyway, fantastic. Grotbags, world's best witch, apart from Vanilla out of Charlton and the Wheelies. Number 3 was talking about the death of Diego Maradona. Is a bit of a that's Russell Brand. You know, I was about to say a bandwagon jump post. That was maybe a little unkind, but that's, he's just talking about what people talk about in the news. That's how he does his blog, I suppose. Now, it wasn't Z Cars. He was on Z Cars, Brian Blessed, but that was Have I Got News for You, that particular clip. Grotbags was ace, absolutely. Back of the net, no problem. Number 4 was Kenny Everett, talking about being lured to Thames Television by big money. That was back in the 70s. And the last one, talking about the Egyptians and all their military might that they were getting off of Russia, is Golda Meir. That's Golda Meir there. She was Prime Minister or President of Israel. I actually can't remember which, but hi, not Carol Ann Duffy. Carol Lee Scott, that's right. Yeah, that's Grotbags. Yeah. Easy to get them mixed up in it. Grotbags and the Poet Laureate. She was the Poet Laureate of 80s Green Witches, I think. Whereas Carol Ann Duffy, yeah. I get them mixed up, you know what I mean? Trust me on that. She's a poet. She knows her stuff. Right, 2 points for each of those. Blessed, Bags, Brand, Everett, and Meyer. How hard was he? Could he take like 3 guys? Full house. For the Quiz Ballers, 10 out of 10 for UK Alliance as well. Didn't get Golda, yeah. Yitzhak Rabin was the sort of choice in there. Yitzhak Rabin being a male person. But she had quite a sort of grounded voice, quite a male end female voice, if you know what I mean. And obviously heavy American accent. So I don't know much about her, so I presume she spent a lot of time in America. For Gash. I'm not going to try and interpret that comment. I'll leave that to all of you. 10 out of 10 for Huey Lewis, 10 out of 10 for Fabians. Right, let's crack on. I think we might have a little puzzle now for you. Oh, God. It's 7:45 already. That can't be right. Right. Hurry up, Paul. Okay. Right, crypto. I'm going to give you a cryptic clue to a title. You have to work out the title, and you get 60 seconds to solve it. Once again, do not shout out chat answers in the chat. Just write it down. Do say in the chat if you're ready, if you think you've got it, but everyone gets 60 seconds to try and solve this. So here we go. Ripper's stealthy approach to a kidney. So you're looking for a kind of you're looking for a title of something. I'm not particularly going to tell you what type of thing. It's a title of. But it is kind of a time of year thing. It's a kind of Christmas thing. Sort of. A title you're more likely to encounter at Christmas. Put it that way. That's true. Yeah, that is true. That was an unintentional Christmas tie-in that Kenny Everett had a Christmas Day birthday. Marion, good fact. Right, a few seconds left here. It's a title you're much more likely to encounter around about this time of year, although not this year. A couple of you have got it, so that's good enough for me. I'm going to get on, time's up, show you the answer. Jack and the Beanstalk is the right answer, right? Ripper, that's Jack. Stealthy approach, that's Stalk. A kidney bean. Yeah, so Jack and the Beanstalk. You see what I mean? Hey! Pantomime title. No pantomimes this year, but more likely to be at Christmas than any other time of year. So 3 points if you say Jack and the Beanstalk. Right, I better move on. Guess who? That's good. Different ways of doing it. Marion, go tit. Go tit. Got it. Go tit. Oh, no, you haven't. Oh, yes, we have. Brilliant. Right, guess who? I'm going to show you a grid. And hiding behind the grid is a person. And you've got to work out who they are. If you get it after the first clue, you get 10 points. If you get it after the second clue, you get 8 points, and then 6 points, and then so on. You understand what's going on. So let's have a look at the grid. I shall reveal the first few squares, and I'll give you the first clue is that this person was born in 1988, and she is usually known by a mononym, which means just one name rather than first name, surname. She has a first name, surname, I believe, but she's much better known by a mononym. That's clue number one. So write down an answer, because even if you get it right, you get 10 points, even if you change your mind later, right? If you get it right at this point, then you get 10 points. So put down a guess anyway before I show you some more squares and give you the 8-point clue. Here we go. This is for 8 points. So this person is described on Wikipedia as an actress, a singer, and a businesswoman. But she's most famous as a singer. She has had more than 30 hits in the UK top 40. A couple of you got this already. Unless that's people saying that they got the crypto, but I think there's been enough time gone past. People saying that you've got this one. I'll crack on because we are a little bit behind time. So that's for 8 points. So born in 1988, usually known as a mononym. Singer, actress, businesswoman, best known as a singer. 30 top 10, at least 30 top 10 hits, or top 40 hits rather. Right, third set of squares away. This woman has named Madonna as her idol and biggest influence. She said at one point that she wanted to be, in quotes, the Black Madonna. Was it 3 points for the crypto, says Phil? Yes, it was. It's always 3 points for the little puzzle, whether it's an anagram or a crypto or a picto or a conundrum. That's my usual 4, but it's always 3 points, yeah. So that's number 3 clue for 6 points. You want to be the Black Madonna. Number 4, take some more squares away. Although she's best known as a singer, like I said, she makes loads of money from her fashion house, which is called Fenty, which launched in 2019 and made over $500 million turnover in 2020. So that is the clue for 4 points. And we'll take the rest of the squares away and give you the clue for 2 points so that you can see her entire face. And the last clue, just for 2 points, is that her biggest hits include songs like Umbrella, Diamonds, and We Found Love. They are all #1 hits. So there you go. So I'm pretty sure everyone's got it by now. There may be some people my age who don't know who this is. But I'm going to tell you. So it's Rihanna. Rihanna. Her surname is Fenty. That's the name of her fashion house. Bonus to get on the wheel. Which Caribbean island was she born on? Where was Rihanna born? Name the island that was the place of Rihanna's birth. If you're the first to get that in the chat, I'll put you on the wheel. Alongside Gary, Derek, Heather, and Spedge. 10 points for Noodle Doodles, for Heats of Mints, for Kirsten, for that's the Golden Girls, for Jonathan, Mr. Dial as well. Barbados is correct, yeah. That is right, isn't it? I don't have to look that up. It's definitely Barbados, isn't it? That was a wee top of my head one. Rihanna, let me just double check it here on Wikipedia. Barbados. Well, not actually Bridgetown, just St. Michael in Barbados. But hey ho, I just asked for the island, so that is fine. That means that Janet is on the wheel. Yay! Nice work, Janet. Is that your cat, or is it just any old cat? Looks like it's having a wee think. Right, let's crack on. Oh, Hangman, another chance to get on the wheel. Right, you know how this works. Call out letters. First person to solve the clue gets on the wheel. So I'll just get a bit of paper here so I can write down your... Guess some letters. Shout out some letters. It's Kevin the cat, and it's a rest in peace for Kevin the cat. Oh, I'm sure he's in a better place. Right, we've got an X, an M, a K. He's starting to use different Maverick titles. It's the title of a TV show. You can see that, yeah. So the first person to put the correct title in the chat will get on the wheel. EAORSW, right? I've written those down, and then I've got an order to choose letters in. It doesn't really matter. It's not Family Fortunes, no. So we've got an X. Is there an X? No, there's no X. MKE. So M. There's two M's. There's an E. Yeah, a couple of E's and a K. No K. Right. Next is AOR. So A. There's no A. O. Yes. R. Yes. And then SW. S. There's no S. It's not 3, 2, 1, Derek. Genius. Well, it's not right. But then straight after you, Robert Jones hits home with Wurzel Gummidge. Yay! That's right. That's absolutely right. The W was next one to be guessed, actually. Z. Look at that. Wurzel Gummidge. Remember that? What, Sally? Is a freaky old... I didn't like it. I was one of the people who didn't like it. It was some people watched it. I mean, it was really, really popular. Yeah. But there was people like me who just felt slightly uncomfortable with the whole thing. Anyway, let's not get into the psychology of that right now. Let's just put Robert Jones straight on the wheel. Very good. Nice work, Robert. You were first in there. What happened to Craig Element? He was moaning about the system earlier. Not seen him since. Did he get a huff? Did he really get a huff and go away? Because I argued with him a little bit. I hope not. Tell us if you're still here, Craig. Right, 50-50 round, folks. It's oh, really? What? I didn't know that existed. A new version was on today with Mackenzie Crook as Wurzel Gummidge. No. I'll be looking that up. Wurzel Crook. Mackenzie Crook, Wurzel Gummidge. No. Right, 50-50 round. You just got to pick the right answer out of 2 for each of these. Here we go. So what would a Mexican do with a sapodilla? Would they eat it or would they wear it? You're saying the new version of Wurzel Gummidge is super creepy. Still here, says Craig. Good. Good stuff. You understand what I was saying earlier. Just way behind on the lag to answer. There's other ways to get on a wheel. Not always about being first. We'll do phone-in stuff after the main part of the quiz, so you can phone in, Craig. And then there's no lag to do that. Right, which BBC radio station has been broadcasting a program called Women's Hour or Woman's Hour since 1973? Is it Radio 2 or Radio 4? Double checking. I've got the title of that right. Woman's Hour. It's the hour for one woman, other than for all women. For all women. So is that Radio 2 or Radio 4? Women's Hour. Okay. Number 3, geography. This is a difficult one, this one. Which body of water was previously known as the Gulf of Berbera? Is that the Gulf of Aden or the Gulf of Cadiz? So what's the modern name? It used to be called the Gulf of Berbera. But what is the more modern name? Is it the Gulf of Aden or the Gulf of Cadiz? Number 4. Kissy. Right, there's a little Christmassy thing here. What colour are the berries of the mistletoe plant? Red or white? Kissing under the mistletoe. It's mentioned in the Shakin' Stevens song, you know. But what colour are the berries? Are they red or are they white? Craig saying, "Oh, good. Always enjoy quizzes. Your quizzes." Thanks very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with lag. I presume that's a local thing towards your end. Seems to most of the time I don't get complaints, so I'm guessing that most people are getting it more or less at the same time. I think, unless people are struggling and don't tell me, but you should. If the quiz is not working for you in some way, you should tell me. I'll think about ways to fix it. And another Christmas question here. Do they know it's Christmas? That's not a question. That's just the title. But is Christmas Day a public holiday on mainland China? Is Christmas a holiday in China? Yes or no? All right. Do the Chinese have Christmas? Yes or no? So that is the 5 50-50 questions. Once you've got 5 answers down, once you've decided which you're going for, or you're going for all of them, once you've decided what your answers are, let me know, and I'll get you the answers. Quick recap in case you missed any. What's a sapodilla for a Mexican? Is it something they would eat or something they would wear? Women's Hour. Is that Radio 2 or Radio 4? It's been on air since the early 1970s. Number 3, used to be the Gulf of Berbera. What is it now? Is it the Gulf of Aden or the Gulf of Cadiz? Cadiz, probably. Mistletoe plant has berries. What colour are the berries for kissing underneath the mistletoe? Are they red or are they white? And is Christmas Day a public holiday in China? Yes or no? It's not working for me in that I never win the beer. You get yourself on the wheel. You're no stranger to the wheel, Gary. But you may be unlucky with a beer. Beak saying, for me, the live chat fills up sometime before you ask the question. Right. So what does that mean? So you're getting the chat live, but the picture delayed. Sounds like picture and the sound delayed. It's strange, isn't it? I suppose that kind of works because the chat would be a lot less data, and in a restricted data situation, I guess the chat would go through. I'm no tech, you know what I mean? But I'm just guessing here. Maybe the chat goes flying through the pipe first, and then the picture comes along like that, like a fat guy trying to get through a pipe. Oh yeah, that's the thing, Gary. Probably a time warp or a wormhole or something like that. Yeah. Quiz has been slower the last couple of quizzes. I guess it's to do with the demand on broadband. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just lack the technological knowledge to really answer your questions. I should go and do some research, I suppose. Right. Okay. That's what I was referring to earlier. Loads of people. Oh, a C, right? Okay. Nah. They weren't preempting that. It's way too random for them to preempt that. I could have been asking about any of those 5 questions. Nah, they would have heard, and that's why suddenly, whoa, Naples. Some people do anticipate. I don't think anyone's ever anticipated and got one right yet. Anyway, here come the answers for 50-50. It's already after 8 o'clock. I've still got a round to go, so come on, let's do it. Sorry, being a bit slower tonight. I'm not quite sure why. Anyway, what would a Mexican do with a sapodilla? A Mexican would eat sapodilla. It's that. It's a fruit. Looks like that. It's kind of like a pear, but like an apple, but like a pear. Big stone in the middle. Sapodilla. That's the thing. It's just for fun. I mean, the prizes are okay, but they're not life-changing. So, yeah, exactly. If we were doing this for £1 million, I'd have to have a serious look at it, you know. Anyway, Women's Hour is on Radio 4. Number 3, the Gulf of... I keep wanting to say Barbara, but it's the Gulf of Berbera. Is the Gulf of Aden. These days, look, there it is, just to the north of the Horn of Africa, between Somalia and Yemen. That's your Gulf of Aden. Then it narrows at Djibouti, and then it opens up into the Red Sea up there. So that is your Gulf of Aden. Used to be the Gulf of Berbera. Mistletoe is white berries. There's some mistletoe. And is Christmas a holiday in China? No, it's not. Because they're godless, you know. Yeah, that was a little different. I mean, that was super psych when Tate did that. James Tate got Tomorrow's World on Hangman with no letters in view. I mean, he could see the number of letters. Yeah. And he must have just had a thought about Tomorrow's World, and it just happened to fit. And he went for it, and it was right. It's a little bit different to anticipating what I'm going to ask, though. I'd already put up what I was going to ask, which is the Hangman. You know what I mean? So slightly tricky around there. Like, what have you got? You've got 10s, you've got 8s. There's a 6 as well. 8 for Pajero, 8 for Noodle Doodles. Didn't get 8 in. 10 for the Grockles. 10 for Marion. 8 for UK Alliance. Top team, but just getting 8 there. Lumpy Gravy. 10 out of 10. Right, let's move on, because I'm inexplicably behind tonight. I'm not quite sure why I'm so behind tonight. Right, double or bust. You know this, right? This is the last round for the main part of the quiz. 4 points for a correct answer. Okay, so you can get 20 points here if you answer them all and get them all right. But you run the risk of going bust, and I'm serious. If you put one wrong answer in this round, you get dead. You get 0 points for the round. To avoid getting bust, you can leave blanks. You don't have to answer every question. So you decide which ones you're going to go for. You know what I mean? Bill's going for a buzz out on this one, which means answering all 5. Well, wait till you see the questions, though. Or just go for it. Here we go. In the song 12 Days of Christmas, how many maids a milking are there? All right. But how many maids a milking are there? And by the way, there is one main version of this. I used to think there was, like, you couldn't really ask questions like this because there were so many different versions, but I had a look, and there is very much one version, one main version. Of course, people have done parodies and whatever, but there is one classic version of this. So this question has one answer. All right, how many maids of milking are there? Okay, number 2. What kind of farm animal has many varieties, including Norfolk Black and American Bronze? Wish I was an American bronze. That'd be cool. But Norfolk black and American bronze. What kind of farm animals can be those? Breeds or varieties. Number 3, in which 1836 Charles Dickens novel do the characters Sam Weller and Alfred Jingle appear? Oh, Bill's going for a typo. Why apostrophe after the word Christmas? Is there a typo? This must be on a previous one. Oh, 12 Days of Christmas. That's title quotes. Nah, no typo. Okay, back to this one. Number 3. I've just asked that. Number 4. In which European capital city were in Wenceslas Square? Wenceslas Square is a major square, a major public space in which European capital city? That's question number 4. And the last one, in this double or bust round where you have to decide which ones you're going to go for. But Cliff, now, that's a what year question. What year was the last time that Cliff Richard had a solo record get to number 1? So last time Cliff Richard had the Christmas number 1 in the UK singles chart, plus or minus 5 years. The reason for saying last time he had a solo record is because he might have been on various charity records or whatever. But we're talking about last time a proper Cliff Richard record was number 1 at Christmas. Okay, what year was that? If you get 5 years out, you do get the points. If you're 6 years out, you bust. So you have to decide whether you're going to answer this one or not. Okay. Tell me if you're ready. I'm going to recap these questions. Number 1, 12 Days Christmas. How many maids of milking? Number 2, Norfolk black and American bronze are varieties of which farm animal? Number 3, which Dickens novel has got Sam Weller and Alfred Jingle as part of the characters, the dramatis personae? Which European capital's got Wenceslas Square, public space? And the last one, last time that Cliff had a UK Christmas number 1, what year was it? Have a guess or just leave it if you're worried about getting bust. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll show you the answers. I will also just mention at this point that I do this for tips. So I keep reading about the new poor. I keep thinking, am I the new poor? Might be. I'm not quite sure yet. But if you thought a quiz was worth any money, like a tip, like if you went to a pub quiz and you spent loads of money on getting there, on booze and everything, and maybe even money for the quiz, my quiz is usually free. Well, actually, it's not entirely true. My usual quiz is usually free, the main part, and then £2 for the jackpot. But hey ho. Anyway, blah blah blah. If you think the quiz is worth a tip, I'm delighted to get a tip. I've just put my donation link in the chat, and from the bottom of my heart, and I mean it, I thank everybody who has donated and who does donate. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So cheers. Right. Yeah, I'm enjoying the quiz as well. I think it's a good quiz tonight. I think this guy is pitched just right. Link to Deadpool. Oh, aye. You need to get your... If you want to play Deadpool, I'll talk more about it after we just get these answers, but I'll put a link up and we'll talk more about it after. Basically, you're predicting the most famous person to die next month. In other words, January 2021. Because December's shut already. Right, okay, so you all ready? We got a couple of balls out as well. Fabian's are going balls out. Heats and Mints are going balls out. Marion's going balls out. Golden Girls in Barcelona and Leith tonight. There you go. It doesn't get 2 more glamorous locations than that, does it? That's the kind of thing that Proclaimers probably do. One in Leith and one in Barcelona. Just covering all the bases. Right, let's get the answers. Here we go. Right, you know how this works. 4 points for a correct answer. If you answered and get it right, you get 4 points. If you answered one and got it wrong, you get 0 for the whole round, but you can leave blanks. So it's your last chance to decide which ones you are and are not answering. Cross out the ones you're not answering that you don't want to go for. Ready? Good. Right, here we go. So how many maids of milking? This is difficult, okay? I asked this in my own household earlier. The immediate reaction was 7, which is not quite right. It's 8 maids of milking. 8 maids of milking. And like I say, there's a pretty standard version of that, or there is a standard version of it. Bonus question to get you on the wheel. Which Eurovision country had milkmaids that looked like this in 2013 or possibly 14? Can't quite remember. One of the two. Which country had these milkmaids at the Eurovision? First person to answer that correctly in the chat will get on the wheel. We'll join the others on the wheel. See, there's always a little gap between. I mean, I know some people will know this, and they'll be. There you are. Look, it's who was first? Oops. See, it's Poland. All the answers have come in. Bang! Son, it's Gary again. Gary's fast tonight. Gary's determined to win that beer. Gets himself on the wheel for the 3rd time tonight, which is not unprecedented. Other people have done that. It's Poland, yeah. We Are Slavic was the name of the song. Okay. Back to this. Gary's having a great night on the wheel. Yeah, it was more just completely outrageous than saucy. I don't think it was very modern, you know. Anyway, the 1940s. All right. Someone spotted that as a mistake. I thought you were joking about Cliff Richard. I had a different question before. That's why that doesn't make any sense. The 1940s, right? Sorry. The Norfolk Black and American Bronze, they're turkeys. Okay, Christmas turkeys. You know what I mean? Turkey for 4 points. Who was that? Who spotted the 1940 trouble? Say it again, and I'll put you on the wheel. There are some turkeys marching boldly through the snow to God knows where. Dickens, 1836, Charles Dickens' novel. It's his first novel. It's the Pickwick Papers. Pickwick Papers. Looks like she's cleaning a toilet. Nah, she was churning. I think she was churning butter. I think they were butter maids. I think that was the idea. They're kind of suggestively plunging in their churns. It was pretty cheap, pretty tawdry. In which European capital would you find Wenceslas Square? Good King Wenceslas. He was from Prague, isn't it? Prague is correct. Oh, Janice's bust. Let us know what you got bust on if you got bust. And the last one, Cliff, right? Okay, when was Cliff? Last Christmas, #1, with a solo record, 1990. Long time ago, 30 years ago, actually. There it is. Saviour's Day was the song. He had Mistletoe and Wine 2 years before that, 1988, and then he had that one, Saviour's Day. On the Saviour's Day. I heard one of them the other day in a shop, and I can't remember if it was Saviour's Day or Mistletoe and Wine. But I remember one of the lines that said, "It's a time for believing and not for deceiving." So Cliff's idea of Christmas is that you don't deceive people. And I was thinking, well, what does that mean for the rest of the year, Cliff? Anyway, answers. 8 maids milking. All right. That was the answer I changed. Holiday Inn. I'm going to change it on the slide straight away because it's annoying. turkeys. Yeah, I changed it to turkeys. No, what it was, I had a question about White Christmas and Holiday Inn, and then because I make up the round separately, and then I realised that I was already asking about White Christmas in the first round, so I thought I'll change it. So that's why the original title for that question was the 1940s. Anyway, there's the proper answer. So turkeys. Let Cliff alone, always the best policy. Well, the police seem to leave him alone, don't they? Not so much the BBC. Mind you, he's done nothing wrong officially, so why would they harass him, you know? Nah, Millennium Prayer was not a Christmas #1. I don't know if it got to #1, but definitely wasn't a Christmas #1. Let me look up a couple of things for you. That was where he did of the Lord's Prayer and Auld Lang Syne. That's ridiculous. Peak position in the UK. It did get to #1, but I don't think it was Christmas #1. I better just double check this. Using a Christmas #1 page the other day. A time for believing and not for deceiving. So 1999 was Millennium Prayer, but the 1999 one was I Have a Dream / Seasons in the Sun by Westlife. Thought Mistletoe and Wine said 85, worked out okay. Aye, right, okay, yeah. Aye, Mistletoe and Wine was 88, so like for 8 to 8, it was #1 at Christmas and 90. The one in between was Band-Aid 2. So it just felt like a jackboot stamping on the human face for all time at that point. It's like, well, what have we done to deserve Christmases like this? I'm gonna. All right, who won? Upload your scores. I'm gonna give you the link to upload your scores, please. I'd love to get your scores. You see, so I can make a nice league table, and I'm far less busy this week, so I will be able to do that soon. Aye, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it got to #1, but it wasn't the Christmas #1, like #1 at Christmas. Which I didn't explain, but I assumed you all understood what Christmas #1 referred to. Is it Lad Baby again this year? If it's Lad Baby and his Sausage Roll song, whatever his Sausage Roll song this is this year, when would that be? They should have decided that by now, shouldn't they? It's ridiculous. The last 2 years, a guy singing about sausage rolls. Amazing. It's not what it used to be, the old Christmas #1, was it? I mean, it's a real... I'm looking at a list just now. It's a real rogues parade. The Justice Collective, Sam Bailey, Military Wives, Alexandra Burke, Girls Aloud, Bob the Builder. 72. 2000. Nah, Cliff was done by then. Put a fork in him. He's done. So get your scores uploaded. Okay, right. First thing I'm going to do is invite someone to phone in. If you want to play, if you want to beat the... we're going to do a couple more games for names. It's 20 past. Right, I'm going to spin the wheel at 1/2 for prizes. There's quite a lot of people on the wheel already. But you can phone in here and play whatever you like. You can play... You can play True or False, or you can play... I think you can play Dead or Alive if you phone in. That's your choices for phoning in. Apart from that, we're going to... Everybody else here, if you just want to be on the chat, you can still play... we'll do another We'll do another games for names. Maybe do another Where Am I? Or a Hangman. I've got a couple of things set up. Anyway, we have me, myself, and iPhone. That's Phil, isn't it? Just waiting to come in. I'm just going to get my true or false questions open in case he goes for that. Okay. Headphones on. Here comes Mr. Phil. Well, hello there. How you doing? I think I need to turn you up. Hang on a second. No, you should be all right. I can't really hear you that well, to be honest. Let me just pump you up a little bit here. Can I hear you now, Phil?
Is that any better? Better?
I could just about hear you. Can anyone else hear Phil okay? Let me just get rid of all this stuff. 1 2 1 2. Testing, Phil.
Yep. Can you hear me now? Yep. Can you hear me now? Yep.
I can hear you very faintly, but I can hear you, so we can go on with this. And I've double checked my settings here. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong at this end. I think we're all right. Right, listen, what do you want to do? You want to play Dead or Alive, or do you want to play True or False?
I've never played Dead or Alive before. What's that one? That one.
Well, try and guess what it might be.
You're asking if I'm right.
That's pretty much it. You want to have a go?
Yeah, go on then.
Right, okay. Let me just, you're going to have to give me a couple of seconds because I don't have it open. I'm just going to get it open just now. Nope, can't hear him. They're saying you can't hear you. He's very faint. I can definitely hear Phil, but I'm having to really try. So it's all right. It's okay. We can do this, and it's good to have Phil back. Last time we spoke to you, you were.
Is that any better?
That's loads better. That's 10 times
there you
better.
go. I've changed headset. so much for the new headset.
I give the other one to the food bank or something like that. It's fucked. So that's not very Christmas with me, is it? All right, okay. Right. Last time we spoke to you, you were locked down. Now everybody in the world's locked down. So did you get out of the house in between times?
Yeah, not very often. Just like everyone else, just not really many places to go anyway, because obviously we've all been in lockdown. Certainly England, we've had a full lockdown since, and now we're in tier 3 of ours and all. So,
remind everybody where you are. You're in
live in St. Anne's.
Yeah. And what are you doing for Christmas?
So we do still have the 1-day Christmas bubble, so at least I can have my mother round. My mum and my stepdad are coming round, and we're cooking for them and my flatmate. But that's about it, really.
And they're not allowed to stay over. Yeah, they have to go home.
Yes, indeed, they have to go home. Indeed.
Not too unhappy about that. Right, okay. Listen, I better get on. Time's getting on. It's Dead or Alive. You have to get 3 out of 5. You get your name on the wheel. You get your name on the wheel for phoning in, right? But you get a second name on the wheel if you get 3 out of 5. So
right, okay.
Phil, what's your surname? Oh, because
Robinson.
Robinson, right? Phil Robinson, right? You're on the wheel, but if you get 3 out of 5, you get on the wheel twice. So here we go. Number 1, Sam J. Jones, the guy who played Flash in the 1980 film Flash Gordon. Probably, no, in fact, let's not muck about. The greatest film ever made, right? Flash Gordon, 1980. The guy who played Flash. Is he dead or is he alive?
I've no idea. I'm going to say dead.
He's alive!
I was thinking I should have... Gordon's alive! Of course. I should have...
Right, that's a bad start, but you can come back from this. You can come back from this. 0 out of 1. Right, number 2, Christopher Plummer, the guy out of The Sound of Music, the guy who played the captain in The Sound of Music. Is he dead or alive?
He's definitely a bit older. Maybe I should have gone for the other one with 1980. Possibly it's not that long ago. This one's a lot older, so I'm going to say dead.
He celebrated his 90th birthday last week. He is alive!
Oh dear.
It's okay. This has happened before where someone's got the first two wrong and then come back and got the next three right. So you're going to be absolutely fine. Let's see now. Mick Ronson, who was David Bowie's guitar player through the sort of glory days of the 70s and so on. Is he dead or alive? Mick Ronson.
Absolutely no idea. I'm going to go alive.
Oh, he's dead. He died in 1993.
Oh dear. Dear, oh dear.
I don't think he was very old. I think he was only he was 46 when he died. So bad luck.
Never mind.
I mean,
did you see what I put about the charts, by the way?
About what?
Well, you were asking about the charts when you were saying about what's number one. So a few years ago they changed it to Fridays. The chart.
That,
yeah.
See, I didn't even know that. I thought in my head it was still Sunday, so I was thinking they must know by now. But I remember I read a thing in the paper this morning about Lad Baby might be going for 3 Christmas number ones, and it's like, well,
yep.
Only by now.
Only the third one in UK singles chart history.
That's right, and the first two are
the Beatles and the Spice Girls.
Correct. Yeah, very good. But you don't get your name on the wheel for that. Now you screwed up true or false. But you're on the wheel for phoning in, and I'll see you later. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. See you again. Let's get Mr. Jono on. He's here as well. Right, Jono, how's it going?
Very well.
Yeah, yeah. What you do for Christmas?
Just spending it on my own, unfortunately.
You know what?
My family are all tier 4 down south.
Yeah, it means you can't have any arguments. Put it that way. You know, it's do whatever you like. Right? Do you want to have a go at Dead or Alive? Do you want to play True or False?
I was actually doing quite well with the Dead or Alive, so I think I'll stick with that.
Right. Okay. Here we go. Number one is Nancy Reagan. First Lady of the United States of America during the 1980s. Is she dead or is she alive?
No, she's dead. She's dead.
Yeah, dead. Yeah. It was a couple of years ago. It was only 2016. She died at the age of 94. So she did all right. Decent innings, but that's one out of one for you, Mr. Doyle. Number two, Kid Rock, the American musician.
Ooh.
Is Kid Rock dead?
One of the Mr. Pamela Andersons. I'm sure I read somewhere that he died something like a drugs overdose. I think he's actually dead.
He's 49. He's fine. Bad luck. So it's 1 out of 2. Still plenty of room in this. Richard Clayderman, the piano player who became famous in the 80s. Now, I don't know if you remember all this, or maybe famous in the 70s. And there was always used to be adverts for the best of Richard. You know what I'm talking about? K-Tel, you know, all that sort of thing. So Richard Clayderman, is he still tinkling the ivories, or is he long?
Yeah, I think he'll still be alive.
He's only 66. He is alive. Correct. Yes, that's 2 out of 3. You just need one more. Maria Callas, one of the most renowned opera singers of the 20th century. Is she dead or alive?
Ooh. I think she's dead.
She died in 1977, right at the height of the popularity of the Muppet Show, and I don't know if she was ever on it, but it's just, that's what 1977 means to me. So there you go. 3 out of 4. You're on the wheel twice, Mr. Doyle. Yes! All right. I'm going to say cheerio just so that I can maybe fit in one more. Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Doyle. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Great stuff. So I've got to put Mr. Doyle on the wheel twice before I forget. Jonathan Doyle, and what I need to do is put him not right next to himself. Let's split it up a little bit. He's on different parts of the wheel. Like Gary McInnes is in 3 different parts of the wheel. Right, okay. The rest of you are there. I'm going to do one more games for names. I know it's just at 8:30. I'll do one more games for names. What do you want? It's up to you. We can do mystery bag. We can do where am I? Or we can do a hangman. That's your 3 choices. You choose. First one to shout out will get their choice. Okay, so we can play. I've got one more hangman set up, or we could do mystery bag. I do have a mystery bag set up. Or we can play Where Am I? It's entirely up to you. First one or a majority of the first few. Let's see what the general gist is. If one person says something, and then 5 people say the other thing, then I'll take the other one. Right, what we're saying. Phil wants hangman, mystery bag, where am I? Hangman, mystery bag, where am I? Mystery bag. Right, it's all over the place. Mystery bag's got 4 votes, so we'll do mystery bag. Okay. Just bending down here to my mystery bag area. Delving into my mystery zone. I've got to try and arrange this so it's not peeking out the top. Right, here we go. Mystery bag. Happy Christmas. That means you. Right, okay. Ask me questions of a yes-no nature. The first person who can correctly say what's in the bag will get on the wheel, and then we're going to start spinning that wheel for prizes. So you've got to ask me questions that can be answered by a yes or no type question. I think the chat is coming in a little slower tonight at my end as well, to be fair. Right, okay, now I can start to see things. Is it a turkey? No. Is it edible? No. Is it cotton wool balls? That's an amazing guess. No. Nah, it's not really like anything like cotton wool balls. Is it edible? No. Is it cuddly? No. Is it aftershave? Nah. Is it Bic razors, Christmas baubles? It's not particularly amazingly Christmassy, to be honest. It just happens to be. I was out shopping this morning. I got a few things. So nah, it's not a large sack. No. Fairy? No. It's something that I intend to give as a present. Well, actually, I got a couple of them. One to give as a present, one to give away to you lot. So there is a Christmas star. No. Razor blade. No. I'm not that type of guy. Can you wear it? Nah. Selection box? Nah. Toothbrush? No. Calendar? Here's the right answer. Yeah. He's on fire. God, he's on crazy, crazy fire. Look at that. It is. It's a koalander. Like koala's calendar. Look at that. Ooh, cheeky. That's mental. Gary McInnes, what are you up to? That's 4 Gary McInneses on the wheel. That's absurd. I don't think that's happened. I think we've had people getting 3 before, but not 4. That's outstanding. Well done to Gary. Right, it's time to get that wheel going. That was brilliant. Well done. It's a koala calendar. Right, okay, so that's actually going to be one of the prizes tonight as well. I'll do 4 prizes tonight. So koala calendar, £100,000, scratch card, and beer. Thing is, Gary, you can only win 1 prize. So being on the wheel this amount of times might actually play against you getting the beer, because the beer's always the last prize. You know what I mean? Poundland, I actually got it out of the works, which is like Poundland, but no cleaning products. Yeah, for the beer. Well, like I say, it might not work out that way. Hang on. So, first prize tonight, first prize we're going to do is Potmaster score pads. All right, so this is, you like to play Potmaster, everybody likes to play Potmaster, 10:30 on Radio 2. You play along with my fantastic score pads. You can also buy them from dpquiz.co.uk. I'll give you the link for that later, but let's get the wheel on before we do anything else. Where is the wheel? What's dem Rad? Is rad the German word for wheel? I think it is. Right, hopefully I've not missed anybody out. Here's the wheel. Look at all those wonderful names. Gary, Jonathan, Heather, Spej, Jonathan, Gary, Janet, Robert, Gary, Derek, Gary, Phil. It's a bit like when you ever used to watch the Monkeys when you're a kid. They'd flash all the names on the screen, and then by the end, every other one would be Davy or David. You would love the Popmaster pads. Look, there's no chance you're going to win nothing. You're on the wheel 4 times. Let's spin. Let's find out who's going to win the Popmaster. So here we go. And remember to listen out for Computer Lady's erratic pronunciation of names. Derek, is it? It's good. Straight into Gary. Straight away.
Garrett McInnes.
Garrett McInnes, says Computer Lady. Right, Gary. You worked really, 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 really hard all night to get yourself on the wheel. And then you won straight away, which is a Popmaster score pad, which I'll be sending to you. But it means that you're off the wheel because you can only win one prize. So we have to remove all Gary's, and suddenly, oh look, there's still. Hang on, that's not right. I must have spelt you differently. That's what it is. I'm gonna have to surgically remove you. Right. Okay. I hope you listen to Popmaster. Right, okay, next prize is a £100,000 scratch card brought to you by the National Lottery. Well, printed by the National Lottery, brought to you by me. £100,000, folks. This could change everything. Let's spin and find out who gets the 100k. We're going round and round and round and round. We've got Janet, Robert, Derek, Phil, Jonathan, Heather, Spej, Jonathan. Is it going to go all the way to the stage, Jonathan?
Jonathan Doyle.
Jonathan Doyle. She always goes low on the second word. It's like she runs out of steam after doing the first word. Nice one, Jono. That is £100,000 winging its way through to Glasgow, where Mr. Doyle is waiting for that £100,000 just to make everything cool. Third prize tonight is the koala calendar that we were just talking about. Koala calendar, we were just talking about. There it is, koala's calendar. Like 1 year of very, very cute koalas. Who's going to win that? Let's spin it. Here we go. Round and round and round it goes. I've got an attractive nose. Phil, is it going to go to Heather? It goes to Heather. Heather, you've won the
Hunter.
Heather Hunter. Heather? She thinks you're some kind of heathen. Heather. Now, I don't remember sending you anything before, Heather. You might have won a while ago. If you haven't won before, make sure you send me a message on Facebook or wherever you want to send me a message with your postal address so that I know where to send these koalas. Right, okay, we've come to it. We take Heather off the wheel. You can only win one prize, and we are left with 5 people who are vying for the beer. This is from Cross Borders. Cross Borders will send you beer as long as I send them your address. I've got to do it tonight. I was told I've got to do it tonight. So if it's someone who hasn't won before, make sure you send me your address. I think you've all won something before, though. Let's spin the wheel. No more ado. Let's find out who's won the beer. From Cross Borders, the mightiest brewery in town. There's Phil, there's Spej, there's Janet, there's Robert, there's Derek. It's going to go to Derek, I think.
Derek Kilh.
Come on. How can you possibly write a computer program that mistakes OH for Kilo H? Anyway, let's not dwell on that. Let's dwell on the fact that Derek is the winner. Yeah! Derek wins beer from Cross Borders. And I think Derek might be geographically closest to Cross Borders because they're in S Bank. And I think Derek's Musselburgh, if I remember rightly. I could be getting that entirely wrong. Anyway, well done. Oh, man. Well done, everybody who got on the wheel tonight. That's Heather, Jono, Derek, and Gary, who are our prize winners tonight. And well done to everybody else, Phil, Spedge, Janet, and Robert. And well done to everybody playing. Thanks very much. I'm Dr. Paul, and that's the quiz. So, aye. Yeah, a bit of sportsmanship there. Robert saying, well done, Derek. Thanks for playing the quiz, everybody. I'll be back on Wednesday. We've got great prizes on Wednesday. We have fossils from the fossil shop. You know, down in the grass market, Mr. Wood's Fossils. Fantastic. I think we're giving away, guess what we're giving away on Wednesday? We're giving away a dinosaur tooth. I'm not even mucking about. Let me just look, because I've got my prizes listed here. On Wednesday, we have a 96 million year old dinosaur tooth that you can win from Mr. Wood's Fossil Shop, which is down in the grass market. Now, by the way, he has to shut the shop on the 26th. He's one of these people that is deemed non-essential. See, if you run a shop, it is essential. Of course it's essential. That's how you make money. But COVID says no. I mean, there's a certain amount of injustice in it. I'm not going to go on and on. I'm not going to turn this into politics, but there's a bit of injustice in this. Place like Tesco, they can stay open. Whatever. Do what they like. But people who just try and make a living, close you down. And that includes Matt, who runs the fossil shop. So, fossils, by the way, great gifts. If you still need a gift, get yourself online to Mr. Wood's Fossil Shop. A 96 million year old dinosaur tooth. You can't beat that. Something different. Anyway, you can win one on Wednesday. But the Earth is only 6,000 years old, says the Reverend Gary McInnes. No, well, yes, no, Gary, you're right, of course, but these dinosaurs were from the moon. Yeah, thanks very much. Well done, Derek, indeed. Is he still here? Ah, there he is. Yeah, he is here. Good stuff. So he knows, which is good. So I've definitely got your address, Derek. I remember I've sent you a couple of scratch cards, I think, at least in the last couple of weeks. Yeah. So so there's two more quizzes this week. Wednesday, where you can win the dinosaur tooth, and then Friday. Now Friday is ringing a bell. What's up on Friday? It's Christmas, right? Christmas Day, and I'm doing a quiz at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Christmas Day, which is obviously a slightly different time. I'm right up against the Queen. If you really want to watch Her Majesty the Queen moaning and moaning and moaning about what a difficult year it's been for her, then you're welcome. I don't think you'll miss the first question. I think the Queen's about 10 minutes. And I'm going to hit the first question. I'm going to just take a bit more time on Christmas Day. So I'll probably hit the first question about 1:15 rather than the usual 5:15, because I think there might be a few people who haven't been before. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to take it easy, explain a few things. But it's a great thing to do, you know, like quiz is a good thing to do Christmas Day. So if you are visiting, or even if you're not visiting, even if you're doing it remotely, you know, because of all this COVIDs, then tune in, do the quiz on Christmas Day. I'll be there. And we've got loads of prizes. Broughton Brewery are coming back for the Christmas Day quiz. So there's a £30 case of beer to be won. Great. Cross Borders are doing a bunch of what are they doing? It's like it's good stuff. Merchandise for Cross Borders Brewery. I also have the sock company, Sock Splash. They are doing all 4 packets of their socks. You can win them on Christmas. You can win a €4.5 billion meteorite from the fossil shop on Christmas. And I've still got to send some emails, see if I can get some last minute sponsors. So, and my usual stuff as well. So loads and loads of prizes on Christmas Day. I'm like your Santa Claus / Quizmaster character, you know what I mean? Oh, and also Louisa's going to do a cake. I've not messaged her about that yet. I'm sure I've got your address, Derek. I'll message you straight after the quiz if I don't. In fact, I could just find out right now because I've got this set up here. So I do that and that. It should come up. Yeah, so I was right. You're in Musselburgh. I've got your address. It's fine. So you can expect beer. I think that should arrive before Christmas, the way they were talking about it, because they sent me a message today saying, please, can you make sure you get over it to us tonight, and then it will go out tomorrow. So there's a good chance you'll get some Cross Borders beer in time for Christmas, which is great. Yes, and Mr. Spedge is going to give us some Cushell. So thank you very much, Spedge. I will message you. I'll message both of you either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. I've got to get it all sorted out, all the little prizes and extra prizes and prize. How are we going to do delivery of the cake, Louisa? How are we going to do that? It's got to be someone in Edinburgh, yeah. Can they come get it from you? Is that all right? Each quiz round could be timed for each course of Christmas dinner. We are strongly considering getting a phone-in food from the Bangladesh carry-out, to be honest. Like, no one in my house really likes cooking, you know. So we're just thinking about making it easy. It's one of the best Christmases I ever had. It was about 25 years ago. I was at a loose end. My friend David was at a loose end. We were both in Glasgow. And so he came around my flat and we had... which way around did we do it? We got the Chinese for lunch. Went up to the Wong Chinese up on Maryhill Road. Got our lunch out of there. Nice. And then the Indian place around the corner from the flat on Queen Margaret Drive, we got curry for dinner. I think I got a lamb doppy answer. It was amazing. No mucking about. No dishes, really. We'll deliver anywhere in Edinburgh. Wow. Or they can pick up from here. Tollcross, if they prefer, can also go to Linlithgow. Edinburgh or Linlithgow. That's great. That's amazing. I'm going to use that to advertise. I'm going to say, do you live in Edinburgh or Linlithgow? You can win a cake on Christmas Day. That's great. I'll message you, right? What I'm probably asking you for is a picture. If you've got a picture of a previous cake, because pictures are good. Hit people with the pictures. So I'm looking for Christmas. I'm hoping it'll be quite busy. Please tell people. I'm going to give you the link actually specifically for the how do you say Facebook event, right? Because that's quite good for sharing. So you know, I keep hoping for a bit of a breakthrough. I'm hoping that Christmas might be a bit of a breakthrough in terms of numbers. You never know. It might just be a one-off, or it might not be busy at all. I really don't know what's going to happen. So I love getting your tips. Those who do tip, I really appreciate that. But I'd love you even more deeply, probably, if you give me a little share. If you just invited some people, you know what I mean? Join the event. Join the event and then invite people. Press the button called invite. Just invite 10 people who you think would like it. You know what I mean? So hang on, I'm just getting a link here over on Facebook. I'm putting that link in there. So if you've not, even if you're planning to come to the quiz, come and just click on it and say I'm coming to. If you use Facebook, I know some people don't. Can we buy Potmaster pads in time for Christmas? Well, if I got an order tonight, I'd put them in the post tomorrow morning. I'll give you the exact link for that. Floundering e-commerce empire. I've got all these kind of half decent things. Really not great websites to support them. Right, there we go. On my quiz website, my DP quiz website. So Pop Master score pads and then link. There we go. Yeah, Big, if you do an order tonight, I'll guarantee I'll get them in the post first thing tomorrow morning. Okay. Which should get them there to you. If I do it first class, which I will. I usually do them second class, to be honest, but if I see your name, I'll make sure it goes first class. Okay. They're good to score, but I use them myself. I designed them myself and I use them myself. There they are. Let's see, because it's a bit bright. Round 1, round 2. Got the special questions highlighted in grey so you know which one's which, and then there's room there for the score and how many years out you were, and a wee space 3 and 10. So it's custom made for playing Potmaster. Great. How much for them? They're dead cheap. They're like, I can't remember what I've got on them at the moment. I think it's like 2 for £6 or something like that. It's very affordable. It's not a rip-off. Aye, 2 for £6 or 5 for £12 or 1 for £3.99. So 2 for 6 is quite good value. Right, I'm out of here. It's 10 to 9. Not past my bedtime, but I do have a bunch of admin to do, including messages to Spedge and Louisa. Maybe some last-ditch attempts to get some other Christmas Day sponsors. You know, I don't know if you remember, if any of you remember, during the summertime and late summer, we had the gin people. They sponsored us for a little while, so I sent a message to them today, seeing if they want to do a one-off for Christmas Day. So hopefully we'll have some gin as well. I'll do some fresh approaches as well. Thanks, Louisa, by the way. You were saying that you'd nearly got a wee sponsor for me, but they decided it wasn't for them. But I really appreciate you bothering to ask. Great stuff. If you know anyone, folks, who's got a business and they need it pumped up by getting out to literally tens of people on the Dr. Ball quiz, get them to get in touch. Give us some high quality prizes for medium quality coverage, but you know, good quality quiz, low quality numbers. But one of these days we'll break through. It'd be cool. Be thousands. You'll be like, we were there first when it used to be good. Shite now that there's loads of people watching it, but we were there when it was good. And a bit like The Cure. I was into The Cure before everyone liked them, you know. Right, I'm out here. Have a nice night, folks. Stay safe and all that business. Well done to Heather, well done to Jono, well done to Derek, and well done to Gary. They are prize winners, and I've loved having you all here. And the last thing I'll do, I'll just stick my donation thing in. You can save me from myself. Thank you, and good night.